Good afternoon, fellow Plexers. Today's video shouldn't be that long, and it's to help a viewer of my YouTube channel, Eddie Hayes 8239, told me he's having trouble adding a movie called Dinosaur Planet to a Plex Kids movie library, and it keeps being discovered as Bikini Girls on Dinosaur Planet. So I couldn't find that as a movie, but I found a TV series by that name and asked if he was trying to put that in as a movie, and of course he is, and he's under the impression that he should easily be able to do that. Well, easily is the key word. So Plex recommends not mixing content. So I'm at this support article, and they've got this warning here. Plex will do its best to appropriately find and match content. However, a failure to separate content such as movies and TV shows may result in unexpected or incorrect behavior. So it suggests one media folder with a Synology NAS or a Unraid NAS or a QNAP NAS or any setup like that. I suggest lowercase and name it something like media, lowercase. Then I still suggest going lowercase for the library folder structure. Movies, music, TV shows, and I suggest no spaces. At that point, you return to uppercase lettering and spaces for your Plex movie folder and file names. All right, so we've got that out of the way. Let's do this. Let's look at Dinosaur Planet at TMDB and search. So pretty quickly, it comes up with this TV show series, but it's TV. And it's listed under TV here. If we switch to movies, these are all the things that it might match to, and we see the mistake because it's got the word Dinosaur Planet in it. So let's just go back here for a second, and let me just copy that. I'll hang on to it. Well, it's already copied. We'll search IMDb for it. And again, we find the miniseries. And look how this is second here. And then this is third, and so on. TMDB displays things differently. Now, TVDB has movies, but Plex only accesses this as a source guide for TV shows. But I'm going to find this TV show here. But again, notice how this is a second choice over here. So I just want to pull this up because we're going to add it the wrong way and then we'll add it the right way as an unofficial movie and add metadata from this metadata source. So let's just go with a plain name, Dinosaur Planet with a year 2003. Now I'm going to go to my older Synology NAS with a test server on it. Here's the shared media folder, and here are some sort folders for different library types. So I'll go into the sort folder for the movie library types, and here's my individual public domain test movies that I have. All right, so what I need to do is I need to find a dummy file. And I am going to rename this by the entry at TVD or TMDB, even though it's a TV show entry. Let's cut this out of here and let's get it close to the structure we're going to add it in. We're going to prep it and then put it in this folder structure. So let me paste it alongside of it. I'll rename. Copy that. Now I'll create a folder and we'll put that inside, and let's bring up the web app for this server. Now I haven't prepped this, so my normal server will come up. I'll change to the settings. All right, that server's already selected in the settings. Let me go to Manage Libraries, see what I have. I don't have a test kids movie library in this server. Let me create one. Movies. Kids. Next, I'll find the structure. Here's my alias for the Docker container that leads to the physical structure of that media shared folder or that shared folder named media. Here's my movie library sort folder. And here's the kids library folder structure with this content in it. I'm going to make one change like I always do, and I'm going to create collections automatically for anything that's listed at TMDB, and I have to have at least 2 items in the library to create that collection, and I'll add the library. So now if we go here, Plex is going to scan all this public domain media that's in this folder. So these are all, besides Superman, these are all mostly cartoon shorts. They were just played before a feature-length movie back in 1930, 32, 48, and so on. And I don't know, Superman may have been a movie short too at 10 minutes long. So that's what we have. The library scanning for credits and stuff like that. So we can just go back to our test file. So I don't know exactly how Eddie Hayes 8239 named this, but this is named simply. We're going to see what happens by adding this into this structure. Now this is scanning automatically, and you see we have the same problem. It found it as this. Now I suspect it did that because Plex is pulling metadata from both from both TMDB and IMDb as the primary metadata sources for scanning movies. And look what's second on the list after the TV show over here. This is an actual movie. So it's listed as a video, which is in the movie section, basically. This is listed as a TV miniseries, making it a TV show. So it's not surprising that I had the same results as Eddie Hayes, 8239. Sounds like it should be a song, Jenny Jenny, whatever that number was. All right, so let's get it out of the library. We'll paste it in at this level, and Plex is going to rescan automatically, so it's gone. Let me empty the trash, go into the settings. I'm still under this test server. Go to troubleshooting, and I'll clean my bundles. That is the Plex dance. So that kind of wipes the library palette fresh for when we add it again. Okay, so what this needs is to be named unlike anything that Plex may match it up to. So let's name it TV show Dinosaur Planet, and let's remove the year from the folder name. And let me rename the file the same way. Now before we move this over, let's go back to our databases and let's just see if anything comes up by that name. So we've got a 0 for both movies and a 0 for TV shows, which means we're pretty safe. Let's try it at IMDb. And this is totally unrehearsed. So we're not getting anything close either. Now it doesn't really matter at TVDB. We're just going to steal metadata from here once we make things, once we make Plex see this as if it was a real show. So we're pretty safe. We know it's not going to match anything. So let's minimize that and let's put this back in that folder structure. Let's see what Plex does now as it picks up a new file and tries to scan something that doesn't exist in the database. Now we have this entry, and the poster is just a screen grab from the video because this is not a real file. It's a little dummy file.
Good evening, fellow Plexers.
Just something I recorded 15 seconds long for the purpose of having meaningless dummy video files that I can rename as anything I want. So now we've got it in here, and if we go and look from the library tab and we sort by unmatched, this is always going to come up with this sort no matter how we adjust the metadata. So let's adjust the metadata. Let's go back and let's look at TMDB first. So I'll search for that. It's a TV show. I can click into it, and let's see what we have for posters here. Oh, and Eddie Hayes 8239 has one file, even though there's 4 episodes for this. So I haven't looked too closely at this, but if each episode is, say, 20 minutes long, and he's got one file of all of them, well, that's 120 minutes long, and if it just plays continuous, we can pretend it's a movie. We don't have to make this be a TV show like I would normally do with a one file that has 4 episodes. I would name it as such and put it in the TV show library. But for whatever reason, we'll make his wish come true. So we have a couple options. I will take the first one. Save image as. Oh, I can't. It's a WebP file. I'd have to convert that to... All right, so I'd have to convert that with a program called GIMP. Let me see what happens over here. Well, that's not a full poster, so let's go over here. All right, that's a JPEG. So I can steal that. And I'm putting it in my busy download folder, which someday I have to clean out. So let's steal this description. I'm just going to highlight it, hit Control C, or I could right click and copy it. So now in the Plex web interface, I can edit it, and I can go to summary and I can paste this in. And I can also, because I'm not trusting my own spelling, I can do this and rename the title. Oh, just do that. Save it. And I can change this to 2003. Let's go back to TMDB and get the exact date. Someplace here, I know it's here. Well, it normally would be here for a movie. Let's just go to TVDB and first aired December 14th. Well, it's already December. Let's change that to 14th. Save. And now I can click the poster, click choose image, and find that image I downloaded, save the changes, and now this looks good, except it still shows TV Dinosaur. Let's edit it and save the changes. All right, so I'm hitting a sticky point. Dinosaur Planet, lock it, save the changes. All right, that did it. So now this kind of looks like every other movie, except it's not going to have all the correct metadata, which could also be edited in. So let's look at tags. There's no genre, but I could start typing TV. Maybe it needs to be capital TV. Well, I don't think I have anything in this test library that's already a TV movie. So you will at a bigger library, and you can just do that and save the changes, and now it can be sorted as a TV movie. So there's lots of other metadata you can fill in. You can put your content rating, you can add a studio, and you can copy and paste that from other sources. And you can even add a background. So right now this background is based on a screen grab of the actual video. So it really isn't hard to put a custom item into either a Plex movie or a Plex TV show library. You just have to be careful that the original file is not close to an existing movie or an existing TV series for each library, respectively. And that way Plex won't accidentally match it to something it might be, because it can't find a match for what it's named to be. So I don't know how long this video is so far. We're up to 16 minutes, and that's how you do it. Eddie Hayes 8239. Let me know if you have any trouble, and happy Plexing.